Okay guys, today I'm going to show you how you turn an innocent cute little bunny into the horned flunny. Okay, so we're doing a little animal merge project. I'm going to show you guys a couple little things. So, I got my bunny, I've got my cow, and I've got my little bird. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take bits and pieces from each of these animals and merge them together with the bunny. So, what I'm going to first start with is I'm going to start with using the horns of this cow by using the Quick Select tool. The Quick Select tool, pretty nice little tool. I'm going to kind of make my size a little bigger so you guys can see it. I'm in the plus sign, so I'm going to add to it. And what I do is I can kind of click and move around here and add parts of the horn. Now, let's say I go too far. Like, oops, I went too far. Remember, you can use the minus tool to erase parts that you don't want. And now once you have it, you can hit Control C to copy. You can go to the bunny rabbit, add a layer, and hit Control V to paste. And just like that, I brought that horn into the picture. Now, I can position it with the bunny, kind of where I'd like to, and I can shrink it down. I can even rotate it a little bit and get it kind of just where I'd like to put it. And I'm just going to go there for sake of time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the other side now of the rabbit. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to deselect this horn, grab my Quick Select tool, and I'm going to grab this one. Nope, I'm in the minus. Make sure you're in the plus. And we go about selecting this horn. And you can be as finite or as non-finite as you want to be. It's kind of your project, things like that. You could really zoom in right here, but again, for sake of time, I'm going to Control C to copy. Heading over to my bunny rabbit, making sure I'm on this layer, Control V to paste, and ta-da, I have another horn. And I'm going to shrink it down, and I'm going to position this horn a little bit. Now, there is little things I can do to show you guys a little later how you can hide this horn behind the bunny. But again, for sake of time and try to keep this video short, I'm going to wait off and I'll teach you those in class. But basically, you'll just copy the face, paste it, and then put this layer behind there. Now, as you can see, I've got now 2 layers. So I would totally recommend labeling those the horns, horn or horn 1, and then horn 2. Okay, so now on to the wings. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bird, deselect this. I'm going to go to the bird now, and my goal is to get the little bird's wings. Again, with that, actually probably better zoom in. Might make life a little easier. Make sure I'm on the plus sign, and I'm going to select his wings. So right now it wants me to select all of this. So I'm going to use this minus sign to get rid of the rest of the bird. I don't want the bird. I just want its wings. Maybe the plus sign to try to grab a couple little feathers over here. Good enough. Control C. And come back here to the bunny rabbit here. Control V. Now I've got my wings. Okay, so I had to pause for a minute. So now I got my little wing here. Now notice the wing's facing the wrong direction. So what I'm going to do is I click on this wing and I click Edit, Transform, and I'm going to flip it horizontally, right? So it flips it around, and now I can position. Now I can position that wing kind of like this in a way where I kind of like how it looks. And I'm going to go and I'm going to get some more of that wing. I'm going to get this little wing back here now from this bird. So I'm going to use my little plus sign. I'm going to snatch up some of that wing, use the minus sign to kind of fix it up a little bit. You could also use, there's all sorts of tools you can use to select it, but I'm trying to go a little bit fast. Once I got that, Control C, I go back to my bunny, Control V. Now I got my wing right here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here, and I got to flip it. So Edit, Transform, and flip it horizontally. And so now I have that wing right there. Now notice the wing right now is in front of this wing, right? So I'm going to label these Wing 1, and this one's going to be labeled Wing 2. But what I want is I want this wing behind the other. So I'm going to grab this layer and drag it in between. So now it's behind that other wing. And so now I can reposition it, kind of enlarge it if I wish, kind of something like that. And now I have that going on. Now, a couple little more things you can do to fix it up. For example, if you really want to, you can zoom in here and use the clone stamp tool like you've probably learned how to use. I can go to the background, alt click, put it on this and paste, and I can kind of fill in right here the fur and hide all of that little bit of the wing there so it looks like it's coming out of his back. And all sorts of little stuff. Now, the last thing we need to do is we need to title it. So I grab my text, I throw it up here and name this The Horned Flunny. The Horned Flunny. Whatever you want to name it, it's up to you. But that's a quick little introduction on how to do an animal merge. Literally just copying and pasted little pieces of other animals together to create a new creature. Thanks, everybody.